Всем привет, с вами Олегович, вы на канале Олегович Геймс. У нас сегодня стрим прохождения игрушки Тесс. Так, в прошлый раз я играл с Илюхой, теперь я сам попробую по сюжетке побегать. Или там что-нибудь открывать, сейчас будем территорию. Короче, займемся чем-то интересным. Варденфелл. У нас тут такая карта не маленькая, и много событий, и заданий на ней. Так, коронный... Да, благотворительный для игрока. А хера я здесь вообще, блядь, заспавнился. А, так тут еще пацаны решили. Можно прокачать лук, кстати, почему бы нет? Так, ну это же главный наш противник, да? Да, чувак поиграл. И я поиграл тоже. Короче, понятненько. Хотел лук покачнуть немножко. Ну, это такое. Что нам в инвентарь, кстати? Ремонтный набор. Так, хорошо. Что касаемо этих говнопитомцев, что у нас там должны быть? Это где они, блядь? А, это вот это говно летать будет теперь надо мной? Нихера себе, стрелу еще превращается в разную хрень. Чувак. А, уже не только я хожу с этой фигней. Так, так. Возвращение в ВОЗ. А слушайте, надо понять, знаете что? Что нам делать дальше? Найти способ связаться с Вэй. Вот что меня интересует данные. Так, о семье и вере. Так, хорошо. Что тут у нас в чате мне пишет что-то? Блять, инвентарь опять забитый, блять, в говно. Так, ну хер с ним. Давайте идемте, хочу по заданию пойти, честно говоря. А, я помню, мы здесь тогда как раз и останавливались на предыдущем стриме. Ну, не в прошлом, а еще раньше.
Did I mention how much I hate being a messenger? Makes me wish I had a writ so I could kill something. Anyway, Nayu wants to talk to you. Said you'd know what it was all about. Here. This should explain everything, sort of. It's a map. We change locations every other day for security reasons. Just in case it falls into the hands of House Redorin or someone else with an axe to grind with our organization. Never had to use a map before. Amateurs. This one leads to a key to one of our safe houses, and another map. The first map, it depicts a particular town. Kind of like this one. Hint, hint. The rest? Well, look, I know you're helping Councillor Eris, but if that map falls into House Redorin hands, I'll probably have to kill you. Nothing personal, mind you. We're already having a bit of trouble with the house, and we'd rather not make matters worse. What are you implying? Can't a person do something nice to help out an ally every now and again? Oh, who am I kidding? I hate playing the messenger. Haven't you ever done something you hate because it was the right thing to do? Then you understand what I'm talking about. Being noble, doing the honorable thing. It can be a real pain in the arse, but a favor given becomes a favor returned. Eventually. Well, look at you. You're a practical genius. Look, Nayu seems to trust you, so I suppose I have to trust you too. But that's a powerful secret you've been given. Betray us, and you'll find my blade in your back. Unless Nayu kills you. The Morag Tong has the authority to accept and carry out writs of execution. We keep the great houses from engaging in all-out war, but they rarely appreciate the work we do on their behalf. House Redorin in particular wants to shut us. The other houses have used us to take Redorin down a peg or two of late. To be frank, for all their vaunted honor, the house cries foul whenever someone gets the better of them. Our status is tenuous enough without Redorin's constant harassment. As I understand it, the Morag Tong made mistakes in the past, grew too arrogant. We had to lay low for more than a century. Now, we're taking select contracts, working to re-establish our reputation. It's not our fault most of them concern Redorin. What are you implying? Can't a person do... Well, not all of us can afford to be so cold and heartless. I'd say I envy you, but that would just reward you for bad behavior. Why are you still talking to me? Don't you have...
Так, найти эту подругу, воспользовавшись картой. Блять. Слушай, ну они прям... Ага. Все, я понял. Под пристанью это прям капец сложно найти. Да ёлки, он перепрыгнуть не может. Да, нашли мы это место. Карта и ключ берем. Что дальше? Ёб твою ж дивизию за ногу. Так, еще раз. Что у меня какое-то предчувствие, что это на той стороне, блядь. Вот оно уже подсвечивается нам даже. Это хорошо. Заброшенный подвал. Оу, е. Нет, мне нафиг не надо. Помидоры, блядь. Да. Так, сейчас я малёха осмотрюсь тут. Так, нашли эту подругу.
Don't be so eager, my darling. It reveals too much about your ultimate intentions. But yes, Vea would very much like to meet with you. You intrigue her, and your connection to her father could prove beneficial once she knows she can trust you. Redwin records. House officials keep track of everything. Incidents, commendations, births and deaths. Whether important or mundane, they detail it all in their registry. Vea believes the registry contains information about her brother Ulron. Don't sound so offended. You had to know your hands were going to get dirty eventually. You are dealing with assassins and politicians, after all. The local keeper of records, Lord Drono, is away, so security at his townhouse should be light.
Так, хорошо, ну давайте украдем. Конечно, хотелось бы кому-то репу начищать, а мы постоянно только это вот. Туда-сюда бегаем, как угорелые. Задания, конечно, понятные, интересные, логичные. Я не скрываю это. Угу, на той стороне. Ну, эти охранники сильные, сразу скажу. Страждал, блядь.
I need a break.
You had your chance to leave. Now I'm calling the guard.
Что я там взял какую-то рыбу? Так, я понял, что нам надо куда-то туда дальше. Теперь съебываться отсюда надо. Блять, я бы сейчас это все продавал.
Don't cause trouble.
Че, меня не щимят, нет?
You know, I was born and raised in East March.
Так, где эта подруга?
Still alive, I see. And since you're here, that means you weren't captured and hauled off to a Redrin dungeon. Good for you. Were you able to acquire the registry? Does it contain any information about Thea's brother, Ulron? Ulron was exiled? That can't be right. He's an exemplary officer and a good man. Plus, he's the son of a counselor. Why in oblivion would House Redrin banish one of their brightest? I can see that. There has to be more to the story, but I'm not sure how we get it. Still, you proved you could be trusted, and you admirably performed this task. There's an abandoned cave along the coast. It's in the swamp and smells like rot, which makes it the perfect place to hide. They're supposed to wait inside, but she's bored. I know she's been sneaking out. You'll find her in the cave or just outside. Get to the swamp and find Vea. She's eager for any information about her brother, so she's really going to appreciate getting that registry. Just try not to be too charming when you meet her hero. She has enough distractions. Vea would face too many temptations here in Balmora. Friends, favorite places, familiar sights and sounds, not to mention the proximity to all things House Redrin. Even the most thick-headed house guard would eventually stumble. Oh, don't thank me, hero. As long as you're useful and don't betray us, then we're engaged in a mutually beneficial arrangement. Cross us in any way, however, and well enough. Ulron and Vea used to sneak out to watch me train. I have a way with blades that fascinated them to no end. Eventually, our fondness developed between the three of us. And to think, I never even had a nick sound growing up. It's not like personal relationships are against the rules, though I suppose they are sort of frowned upon. Anyway, my assignments always brought me back to Vardenfell, so we were able to keep in touch and visit even as they grew older. Anything's possible, but the Ulron I know holds honor above all else. I can't believe he'd do something so dishonorable that the house leaders would demand his exile. We need to find out more about what happened. Vea's young, bored, and stubborn. That makes for a volatile combination. She wants fresh air and freedom. I can't blame her for that. I can blame her for assuming I'm not aware of her little excursions. I thought I trained her better than that. Danger's a relative term, especially when you're dealing with relatives. Vea can make her own decisions. If she wants to risk getting caught by House Redrin, that's on her head, especially since she knows they've been searching.
Понятно. Так, отправиться на болото. Ага, все, я понял, куда нам надо. $83 83 копейки. А что, мы хоть вернем? А ни хера, мы что вернем? Фигню мы вернем. Ага, потихонечку эта херня.
Halt! You probably don't even have the gold. But I have to give you a chance to pay your bounty. Fine. Now get your stink away from me.
Да, быстро за мою жопу взялись. И забрали все, что у меня было, да, краденое. Ну, хер с ним. Так, тут я немножко все пооткрывал. Насколько это, конечно, было возможно.
Isn't emptying its coffers so you can chase your own tails out here.
You pay the war claws well, because the war claws are the best there is. They have a kitten's scent. It's just a matter of time before my warriors catch her.
Of course, Ferrara. Just make sure she doesn't get out of the swamp. I'll take my soldiers and guard the eastern paths, in case she eludes your warriors again.
Это что за демоны?
The Counselor's lackey. I understand you've made significant progress in your search for Vea. As a matter of fact, so have we. This whole My mercenaries have spotted Vea skulking about the northern portion of the swamp. Between my soldiers and Ferhara's war claws, the Counselor's daughter will soon be home safe and sound. Vea's brother. It's a sad story. Killed one of his own soldiers to protect an Ashlander of all things. I think they were being too lenient when they simply exiled him. But that's how they treat the privileged few. Ulron always had an unnatural attraction to the Ashlanders and their savage ways. He felt that an Ashlander life was worth more than a Redoran life. The council didn't agree with his assessment.
Ага, он, короче, видимо, тот солдат что-то хотел сделать.
Khajiit mercenaries of the highest order. For members of a lesser race, Ferhara's warriors are surprisingly effective. I employ them to bolster our forces. Between obligations to the Pact and other matters, House Redoran is spread thin of late. As you say, Ferhara's war claws take their contract as seriously as you do, however. Get in their way, and I can't guarantee your safety.
Ferhara assumes the Counselor's minions will not present a problem for the war claws. Yes, Captain?
The Outlanders have been warned, Ferhara. I leave everything else to your discretion.
Так, а я далеко от этого места вообще? Ой, блядь, надо на лошадь садиться. Имел я в виду сейчас, блядь, пешком херачить. Кстати, интересно, кто сейчас в онлайне? Ха-ха, никого. Блять, еще, сука, замедлила меня, тварь. Какие-то вояки тут патрулируют зону. Конечно, в этих болотах всякой херни целая куча, блядь.
Stupid war claws. Now I know how a mouse feels. By the three! You really shouldn't sneak up on a person like that. If you're working with those mercenaries, I assure you, you won't take me without a fight. Oh, right. Now you mentioned something about that. Look, I can't wait to hear what you learned. But the swamp is crawling with mercenaries. Unfortunately, there's a mob of those beast people between here and the cave. I was going to try and sneak past them, but every time I get too close, I think one of them catches my scent. You're going to tackle that mob of fur and claws? I'm impressed.
Meet me at the cave when you're finished. I think we have a lot to talk about. Oh, and try not to get killed. I really want to know what you came all this way to tell me. Meet me in the cave to the north.
Так, переходим тогда на рукопашку, потому что с лука, я думаю, мы... Хотя можно попробовать, я не знаю, что смотрим.
Let's flay this outsider!
Да, можно лук покачать. Ну, блять, они тут появляются опять, то что я могу сделать? Пещера Малапи. Нам надо качнуть 18 уровень для того, чтобы у нас был сундук. Деваться некуда. Такая мелодия прям ешки.
What do you think of my luxurious accommodations? It's got dirt and rock, fungus and a poultry fire, all the comforts of home. Anyway, you said you had information about my brother, Oran. What did you find out? No, that can't be right. Oran's honorable and noble. He's a model soldier. What could he have possibly done to warrant being banished? What? My brother has always been interested in the Ashlanders. Even showed them a kindness the rest of the house doesn't approve of. But for him to kill someone, especially one of his own soldiers, something terrible must have happened. I know the tribe that Oran liked to help, brought them supplies and such. He'd go and visit their camp whenever our father wasn't paying attention. Will you go with me to talk to them? Wait, someone's coming.
She can handle herself just fine, hero. Vea, grab your things. It's time to go.
Go?
О, это пришло.
What's going on?
The Warclaws are marching toward this cave along with half the House Redrin soldiers in Balmora. We need to go now.
Damn it. They must have followed us. I'll get my stuff.
Соберу вещи, блядь. Твою ж дивизию. Ну, пока тут я не вижу, что там собирать. Ага, с ней поговорить.
Dealing with an arrogant, impatient, overconfident young woman. Now I know how my mother must have felt. We need to move. It won't take those damn cats long to find this place, not with their sense of smell. The back tunnels. Better than heading out the front door and right into the main contingent of Redrin troops. Councillor Eris brought additional soldiers from town. He's intent on getting his daughter, and he may have the numbers to do it. One more thing. The back tunnels wind their way through territory that House Redderhan recently acquired. We may run into some resistance, but it shouldn't be as bad as what's waiting outside the front of the cave.
Так, ну чё, погнали. Я пока хочу, кстати, прокачнуть немножко. Так, а что у нас там по лукам? Точный выстрел качаем, да? Да, тут можно качаться, конечно, как сумасшедшему в этой игре. Ничего не говорю. Тут и луки можно выкачать. Кажется, выглядят надежно. Хера с два тут надежно. Блять, тут еще 100 дорог в этом говне. Да, здесь я плавать как-то не сильно горю желанием. Кто-то здесь триндякал, блядь. Так, если бы еще и разобраться, куда мы идем. Ну, вправо быстрее, как бы вообще. Ни хрена нету. Я думаю, мы здесь точно на кого-то наткнемся. Кристаллы какие-то, блядь. Хер поймешь. Ага, там кто-то уже нас ждет. Не понял, а где они? Что-то странно. Я хотел с кем-то побиться, блядь. Никого не было. Или всех ушатали тут уже, возможно, там кто бегал еще по этой пещере. Я не исключаю такого варианта.
Oh no, we're surrounded. And that's my father ruins everything. I'm so close to finding my brother, and he shows up to drag me back home. Well, I'm not going back without a fight. You do that for me. Thanks, I guess. But what can you possibly do against all those soldiers? My father brought the whole damn army with him this time. Clever. Tell my father whatever he wants to hear. That might actually work. Afterward, meet me at the Ashlander camp to the south. My brother would often visit that particular tribe. It's as good a place as any to start. Once I find Oran and make sure he's alright, I'll meet with my father. But that meeting will be on my terms, not his. And tell him to call off his soldiers, or I might change my mind. That should buy us some time.
Who goes there?
Stand down. These outlanders work for me.
Так.
The captain reported that he had seen you in the area. There are also multiple reports that Vea has been spotted. Tell me, have you seen my daughter? I won't sleep well until she's home. I also said that the captain has his own resources. The war claws report to Bribben, not me. Look, we're all just trying to get my daughter home safely. Now, tell me what Vea's thinking. It was a gamble, I admit. An opportunity I couldn't let slip away. You won't make me feel guilty about trying to find my daughter. So, where and when will Vea meet? Very well. We'll do this her way. Vea can be as stubborn as her mother sometimes. But tell my daughter that my patience won't last forever. Next time, I expect Vea to be with you. Do as I command, and let them pass.
Так, слушайте, а я где сейчас? Новая зона. А это что тут за срань? Так, здесь... А, я хочу сюда. А здесь что такое? Исследовать Альдрун мы можем, кстати. Давайте это и сделаем. Если мы уже здесь рядом, я не вижу другого варианта, как сейчас найти эту точку перемещения, в первую очередь. Это бандюхи какие-то, блядь. Как-то сейчас биться и не сильно хочется. Чё, погода какая-то говнистая. О, и задания здесь сразу появились. Так, у нас не за горами уже... Получается следующий уровень. 17-й. Мне еще нужен 18-й потом. Так, этот хрен дает задание, да?
Fellow outsider in this inhospitable Drelleth Hilaron of House Redoran at your service. Though I doubt I'll be very useful here. This is Ashlander country, and they've made it clear I'm not welcome. It's my fault, really. I made a mess of their customs. I'm researching for my family's ancestral tomb, you see. My research led me here, to Альдрун. It's hard to believe, but I think my family may have settled here for a time. When I arrived, I immediately started asking questions. I was, unfortunately, yes. I wonder if we might aid each other. Despite my missteps, I do know a great deal about Ashlander culture. I could help you earn their favor. In return, you could find out... First, pay respect to Farsia Quamta. She walks the red path this year, and it's customary to wish her well. Request to take part in the offering to the first Ashkans. Do that, and you should be able to ask their wise woman about the tomb. You'll see a great bonfire in the middle of the camp. She'll be there. Look for the woman with the blindfold. Part of the ritual honoring her ascension from Farseer to Wise Woman. The wise women guide the Ashlanders on matters of faith. Even the Ashkans defer to them. The blindfold represents the need to look beyond what the eyes can see. The annual pilgrimage to honor the fall of Scar, the great Emperor Crab. The Ashlanders claim their ancestors united to bring the beast down. They gather here to celebrate the victory and bring offerings to the cairns of the first Ashkans. Fathers of the 4 largest Ashlander tribes. Long ago, they united the Velothi people under one banner to kill Scar. The tribes often quarrel, but during a celebration they greet each other as friends. I wish the houses had such a custom. Yes, the Hilaron ancestral tomb. My family's crypt has been lost for centuries. Most of my kinsmen gave up searching for it decades ago. They assume it's been destroyed or lies too deeply buried, but I remain optimistic. I discovered a tablet hidden away in an ancient Velothi temple. It contained a cryptic reference to my family. In the shadow of Scar, we found our home. The Ashlanders call the last Emperor Crab Scar. The tribes gather here every year beneath Scar to pay tribute to the first Ashkans. Do you know the old Velothi saying, all stones speak the truth? Well, no one knows these stones better than the Ashlanders.
Понятно. Так, что мы там нашли уже? Ага, мы еще ни хера не нашли.
We must adapt if we are to survive. Why
Так, вот эти книжки нам как бы надо находить. Парень какая-то спит.
Life in the ash,
Камень душ, хорошо. Так, что бы я продал? А хрен знает, что бы я продал. Блять, столько всего навалено, что просто писец.
Your footsteps are as loud as a kaguri's. What is it you want, Outlander? Have you now? Then you have my thanks and my curiosity also. Outsiders rarely show us such respect. When they do, it is always because they want something. What do you want, I wonder? Remarkable. You would honor our ancestors. Very well. I give you my blessing. You hesitate. Shall I explain the custom? Each of the 4 great tribes seek a unique and worthy offering. You must place the gift at the foot of each Ashkan's cairn. For Ahemusa, an ashen fern. For Erebenimsum, the weapon of an exile slain by your hand. For Urshilaku, the bones of a Gwar returned to ash. And for Zainab, the hidden treasure of a Kwama queen. We will see how much fire you hold in your heart. Yes, though becoming is a clumsy word for it. Every daughter of Veloth has worth. When we learn to speak with our water tongue and read the truth in the stones, we also learn the truth of our hearts. The truth is, we have...
Ёж твою дивизию за ногу. Понятно, короче. Так, мы пока переключаемся на другое задание. Так, отправляемся в лагерь шландеров. А что тут есть? Что-то интересное еще? Возможно, тут что-то еще можно будет найти. Ну, я так смотрю, вдруг есть какая-то книжуля. Они, в принципе, подсвечиваются, но всякое бывает. Воровать точно не будем. Так, что мы там? А чё костер нам не засчитывается? Мы же его нашли, почему он темный у нас стоит? Вот это я не могу понять. Это странно, честно говоря. Ну пофиг, нашли мы его, нашли, и все, самое главное. Нет, в лагере шландеров мы не идем, мы поговорить с Сирин идем, наверное. Да, у нас же то задание, подожди. Да, вот, исследовать этот. Альдруин. Ну, блин, нашли мы что-то лучше, да, получается. Запас сил в жопу их. Осквернитель. Восстановление запаса сил плюс. А тут восстановление магии, да? Осквернитель неплохая вещь, кстати. Там что у нас было? Вот, двуручный меч осквернителя. Сила оружия плюс 154. Вот это будет интересно, когда двуручку кинуть сюда. Да, комплект осквернителя, это да. Это мы так чисто на шару нашли в сундуке. Ну, блин.
I demand to see my brother. Lay hands upon me, and you will lose them. You there! The territory of the Red Exiles shouldn't be traveled lightly. Ashlanders once respected each other, helped one another. You'd think these were house wolves or tribunal dogs, the way they treated me. Speaking of the tribunal, you have the smell of dog about you. I wonder why that is. Lord Vivek, is it? And I thought all the tribunal cared about was building monuments to their own greatness. Nice to see that one of them cares about what's going on beyond their borders. Well, perhaps we can aid each other this day. Outland. Ashlanders are nomads, but we gather at sacred sites to trade, confer, and pay homage to the past. Альдрун is such a place. That's why Chodala invited the Red Exiles here. But these outcasts won't let me into their camp. I need to find my brother. My brother, Chodala, is the Ashkan of our tribe, and I am his ambassador. I act as a go-between among the tribes. Chodala wants to unite the Dunma and calmly end the era of the bickering houses. He hopes to convince the tribes to follow his lead. Head into the Red Exiles camp and find my brother. Otherwise, see if you can find out what he was doing in there and where he's gone. Be wary of the outcasts. As you saw, they won't hesitate to attack without reason or provocation. No, just our tribe, the Urshilaku, though he's respected by most of the other Ashlanders for his wisdom and strength of will. He does hope to unite the tribes in a common cause, however. That's one of the reasons we've gathered here at Альдрун. My brother and I have always worked to help our people and improve the Ashlander way of life. He used to believe that peaceful negotiation was the best path to accomplish this. Recently, however, things have become different. He's almost like... No, that's not something I'm ready to talk about with an outsider. Perhaps after you prove your trustworthiness and willingness to help us, then we can discuss my brother in more detail. Perhaps. That's not our goal, but the tribes will defend themselves if necessary. No, we hope to present a united front and show the houses the folly of the path they've embarked upon. Turning away from our forefathers and god ancestors, the Red Exiles. They're violent, dangerous Ashlanders who were banished from their tribes and joined together to create their own clan. Chodala invited them to the gathering and went into the camp to talk, but he's been gone. As you saw, hostility is second nature to the Red Exiles. We're here to negotiate. They're no better than thieves and murderers. If they spot you in their camp, you'll need to defend yourself. It's unfortunate.
Я понял, блядь. Натолкаем им, блядь, пацанам этим. Я как-то не сильно что-то переживаю. Давай, иди к папочке. Ну, деньги нужны, блядь, нам. Нихера себе, блядь. Какой-то ёбаный колдун, блядь. Какую-то порчу там на нас навел, блядь. Сапоги, блядь. Я не знаю, берем, а потом будем выкидывать, наверное. Для напитков. Так, что там нагреб? Если это все обычное оружие. Дубовый лук холода. Ну, урон выше. Так, это мы берем. Ну, двуручный топор нет. Двуручный нет. Так, это мы уничтожаем. У меня просто места нету. Было бы место, я бы не уничтожал, а разбирал бы на станках. Ну, лук неплох. Морозный. Такая прилегла малеха. Так, ну виноград себе оставьте. Так, ты чё, где я вообще? А, он, наверное, в этой будке, что-то мне кажется. Так, камень душ — это хорошая штука. Нахер. Надо будет, кстати, позаряжать бы мне камни. Камень душ пустой, аж 4 штуки. Для того, чтобы его зарядить, нам надо будет сейчас навыки поменять. Дай бог помнить, где этот навык. Сейчас. Общий, по-моему, может это нет. А вот она, да. Так, а где это несчастье? Где-то здесь. Это мы к ней вернулись?
Survived your visit to the Red Exiles camp. Did you find my brother? Interesting. I never suspected that the outcasts were disciplined enough to keep records such as this. Oh no. I can't believe my brother would be so brazen. It means that Chodala really has changed. With his newfound powers and rising ambitions, I fear what he plans for the tribes. I suppose you have a right to know what I'm talking about. Take this. I found it among my brother's possessions. Chodala discovered new power out in the wilderness, and it changed his view of the world. He writes about it in that document. Now he believes he's the Nerevarine, and incites the tribes, while I try to keep them all from doing anything rash. You don't know? I thought... No, you're not an Ashlander, and the House Elves rarely talk about such things. Long ago, there was a hero named Nerevar. He fought alongside the Tribunal, so our legends say. Nerevar united the Kaima, and forged an alliance with the Dwemer. He died at the Battle of Red Mountain. We believe the Tribunal hastened his demise, despite Vivek's claims to the contrary. The Nerevarine is a promise and a prophecy. We believe that, through the power of Azura, Nerevar will return to unite all Dunmer, House and Ashlander alike, and make Morrowind great again. The returned Nerevar will be known as the while the prophecy of the Nerevarine can be interpreted as the end of the Tribunal. I have always seen it as a prediction of hope and peace. Chodala and some Ashlanders, such as the Red Exiles, favor war. That's not the Nerevarine I believe in.
О, Хаскил, привет.
He uses in Ashkon's words to plant dark ideas in his followers. Ideas that speak of false gods, lost traditions, and the need for a cleansing war. His words become more forceful every day, but I hope to dissuade him from this violent course. All I know is that his new power frightens me. Chodala returned from a sojourn in the wilderness more vibrant, more commanding. He's always been strong, but now he's fearless, practically invincible, and swifter than the fastest Ashlander scout. Chodala says his new abilities strengthen his claim as the Nerevering. I think it's the staff he carries. He had it when he returned, and now it's always at his side. I know it's unreasonable, but I hate that staff. He calls it Sunama.
Понятно, короче, откуда он черпает силу. Ты что, мне ему еще по бороде надо дать? Ага, все, теперь надо... Божественное расследование у нас закончилось. Теперь надо, типа, вернуться. Так, но у нас тут другие задания еще есть, кроме этих. Нам надо сюда попасть. Так, и нам надо зарядить будет 4 камня души, потому что они у меня занимают место. Сейчас я найду каких-то упырей и буду их убивать. А это что такое?
This requires a considerable amount of effort, so just listen. We have a problem here. Return to my office immediately.
Понятненько. Все, что он хотел сказать. Я и так знал, что мне надо возвращаться, так он еще лично пришел, мне тут и расчесывал. Так, кому бы там морду набить? Мне как бы вообще одиночные цели бы выбрать. О, отлично. Так, один я зарядил камень душ. Мне еще 3 надо зарядить. Так, мне еще остался 1 камень душ зарядить и все. Что ты там нашел? Чистая вода, а нахрен она нам сралась. А здесь? Все, у меня уже места нету, я понял. Так, сейчас зарядим еще 1 камень души об кого-то. Об этого суслика можно? Угу, он биться не будет. С этой медузой не очень. Дубовый лук. Да. Так, походу все камни я зарядил себе, да? Да, 17 камней. Жирняк. Жирняк. Так, теперь идем по заданию.
Well, there certainly aren't Ashlanders, not with those tails. This is disturbing.
I can't believe this. Why allow the Warclaws to run roughshod over the camp like this? What's House Redderin thinking? And what in the name of the three have they done with the Ashlanders? My brother often visited this camp. Took me along a couple of times. It used to be such a vibrant place, so full of life. I know House Redderin wants to expand along the western coast, but I never expected they'd set the Warclaws loose like this. If Ulran was here, he'd never stand for the Warclaws invading the camp. He told me the Ashlanders were the same as you and I. Different beliefs don't necessarily make people bad. We need to see if we can find out what happened here. I really want to help, but Nario won't hear of it. We don't get our hands dirty unless there's a writ attached. She's so fond of reminding me. We'll hang around and wait for you to find something before we move in.
Bea, I don't think this is a good idea. We're trying to keep you out of House Redderin hands, remember?
You're not my parent, Nario. I can take care of myself, even if the Mother of Blades doesn't think so.
Damn it, fella.
Так, это мы взяли. А что у него тут есть? Всякое говнище, короче. Яблочки нет, яблочки я не хочу. Чистая вода. А это откуда несчастье взялось? Я еще и заморозил это говно. А, прикольно. Так, еще здесь что-то есть. А это что за подруга? Лотос. Не хочу я лотос. Шкатулка драгоценностей. Нет, это точно мне не пойдет. Ляные перчатки. Кто это такая?
If I'd realized how popular this camp was going to be with Outlanders, I would have moved the tribe ages ago. You don't appear to be one of the heretical invaders, but looks can be deceiving. What do you see? Ah, Ulran the Exile. He disgraced his family and lost his status, but remained true to his heart. Ulran is here. He tried to stand against the Redderins, just as they detained me with him. I assume they dragged him off to the mine, along with most of the tribe who refused to let those tribunal dogs walk all over us. Or should I say tribunal cats in this instance. Be wary. The mine will be as protected as the camp. It's a small hole in the ground, but it served us well until the Redderins and their Warclaws arrived. Now they toss my people aside and lock the door. Warclaw Irgazar carries the key, but there is a spare in the supply yurt. Get the key to the mine from either the Warclaw's commander or the supply yurt, whichever suits your needs. Perhaps you'll find what you seek. To keep the head and the body separate. As long as I'm here, I can't offer my people hope or advice, and I certainly can't compel them to rebel against these invaders. I have no doubt. However, my place remains with my people. At least for now. The Warclaws have treated me well so far. They believe I can make their tails fall off if I so choose. Who am I to dissuade some?
Больные чуваки. Так, теперь нам сюда. Сейчас я свет включу. Так, ну что ж, пока интересно. Честно говоря, вообще миссии действительно со смыслом. Не просто какую-то хрень делаешь. А если читаешь, типа, все диалоги, вникаешь в проблему и как ее решаются, эти проблемы в игре, ну, это интересно вообще. Ты там, типа, выносишь долю каких-то, да, от себя действий.
We're just going to burn them? Even the
The captain called them traitors and savages. Said the good roasting was more than they deserved.
Блять, тут уже кто-то... Тут уже пацаны валятся, короче. Да, но у меня комплектные вещи. А тут многие по заданиям бегают. Что за сборы? Че, убили его, что ли? Ёшкин дрын. Походу, да.
Stay back. You don't need to see this.
What happened here? Oh gods, they murdered these poor Ashlanders! Oh no! Ulran! Ulran! Wake up, please! You can't be dead! You just can't!
Да.
Veya shouldn't have had to see this. Even I'm finding it hard to believe that the mercenaries would slaughter these Ashlanders for no reason. Not to mention the son of a house counselor. Doesn't make any sense. I suppose anything could happen in the heat of the moment. But to kill a veteran? Even an exiled one? That's presumptuous even for the war clause. I wonder if Eris knows about this. I'm not sure how Vea's going. I've seen these before. They use them in Eastmarch to record and send important messages. They're expensive and as rare as a sober Nord, but Auron was always attracted to the contrivances of other cultures. Shall we see what it has to say?
If you're listening to my voice, know that my time is short, and what I have to say is important.
Brother, is that you?
Everything that happened was a deliberate act to discredit me. I need to report the events so my sister can learn the truth about her brother. You have to understand, I don't share my house's hatred and distrust of Ashlanders. So, during my normal patrol, when I heard that Ashlanders had come to Balmora, or causing trouble, I was dubious to say the least. I arrived to find one of my soldiers arguing with the Ashlanders. He spat at them, called them savages. When one of the Ashlanders objected, my soldier drew his sword. Before I could intervene, I ordered the soldier to stand down, but he ignored me and stepped toward the second Ashlander. I killed my own soldier. I had to. Before I knew it, I was dragged before the Redoran Council and exiled. I never even got to say. I believe I was set up for this fall, but I don't know by who. I came to this camp for shelter, but House Redoran's reach grows ever longer. Now Captain Briven's here. I'm going to talk to them, just in case I made this stone for my sister Vea.
Понятно. Кто-то предал его быстрее всего.
What am I supposed to do now?
I agree with Ulron's assessment. Certainly sounds like someone led him into a situation guaranteed to make him fail. I can't believe he put this burden on Vea, though. What was Ulron thinking? I didn't say that. Just not sure how to proceed. We're entering dangerous waters here, going up against House Redoran. And we don't even have a writ to protect us. I'm going to take Vea and head back to our safe house in Balmora. They found our cave, but the abandoned basement is still secure. After that, I'm not sure. The Morag Tong has rules. If I break them, we can't just kill with wild abandon. We follow a code. We only execute those whose names appear on sanctioned writs. If we kill respectable citizens without a writ, that's just murder. So, without proof and a proper writ, my hands are tied. You do that, but be careful. We're not sure who in House Redrin is involved, and I'd rather not see you wind up like these poor Ashlanders. Bea and I still need your help to get to the bottom of all of this.
Понятно. Что, опять кому-то репу начищать, что ли? Такое себе. Таких низких уровнях уже сюда подоходили, ребят. Или они сразу пошли вверх, а я просто в сторону, хрен поймешь. Так, никак не могу докачать уже этот уровень говняный. Ёшкин дрын, ну что такое? С этими заданиями, они такие долгие, а опыта так помалу дают, это просто жесть. Так, значит, мне надо будет сейчас вернуться, поговорить с этим говнюком. О, сидят уже пацаны. Так, мне куда там? Ага, все, я понял. Это назад, типа, надо. В принципе, можно здесь. Сейчас на лошадь сядем и поскачем, блядь. Так, сейчас мы обойдем этот, короче, эту гору. Какие-то все нервные. Вот это я вообще не знаю, что это за строение. Ну, здесь какие-то все злые, я так прикинул, что там хотят дать мне по морде, блин. А я не хочу получать по мордасам. Что-то как-то посветлело, блядь, лампочка. Пешком все бегают из струщи. Все с этими дракончиками, блядь. Или их взяли, потому что это что-то новенькое, или потому что не было питомцев. Ну, многие, кто только начал особенно играть. Ничего себе тут погода разыгралась.
Customers are always welcome.
And so the Outlander returns, as we discussed in the swamp. I expected you to return with Vea, or present me with a time and place for us to meet. Complication? What kind of complication? I ordered my soldiers to stand down and let you do things your way. But instead of results, you bring me excuses. No, that's not possible. My son was banished, ordered to leave Vardenfell and never return. Why would he disobey me and go to those savages? Vea was with you, and you left her out there? By the 3, everything is unraveling no matter how hard I try to maintain control. I need you to do... Tell my daughter I'm sorry. Tell her she needs to stay away until I can calm things down. I don't want to see anything happen to her. Promise me. And take this. Consider it payment for your efforts thus far.
Так, плату взять, у нас свободного места ни хрена нету. А, ну конечно, потому что я взял какое-то говнище тут понабирал еще.
Excuse me. I need some time to consider everything you've told me. Once I determine the best way to proceed, I'll contact you. In the meantime, make sure Vea stays away from Balmora and House Redoran. It was never meant to be an attack. I sent Captain Briven to clear land that already belonged to House Redoran. The Ashlanders were given an opportunity to depart. The situation didn't have to turn violent. House Redoran has been slowly expanding in that direction for years. We claimed that area almost a year ago, but we were forced to temporarily abandon it when a massive ash storm hit. Before we could return, the Ashlanders moved in. Redoran depends on that land for hunting and resources. The Ashlanders are like a plague of insects. They sweep into an area, take everything, and move on. We couldn't allow them to do that here. So, I sent Captain Briven to... The captain serves House Redoran with honor and dedication. He's out doing his job. If Briven had anything to do with my son's death, he would have reported it to me. He'd have no reason to keep such news from me and the other counselors. I'll speak to Briven when he returns. But understand, the captain operated under my orders. He's an exemplary soldier and an upstanding member of the house.
Да, конечно.
If you'll excuse me.
Is what you said about my son true? Ulran is dead? Ulran was good at getting himself into trouble, but I never thought it would come to this. Please. I don't attend council meetings, so I wasn't there when they debated the fate of my son. But my husband assured me the proceedings were fair. Ulran received the punishment he deserved. I can't believe that my son did anything that required him to die. House honor be damned. I just want my children back home, safe and sound. My husband and the house can go to oblivion. All I care about right now is my children. They killed my son because he did what he believed was right. Now my poor Vea is in danger. Eris can stand by the house, but he might have to do so alone. You agreed to work for my husband, Councillor Eris, to find our daughter Vea. You found Vea and kept her safe from the Warclaw's mercenary band. But in doing so, you discovered that they killed my...
Так, слушайте, здесь где-то еще задание нам показано есть. Возвращение в ВОСа меня мало интересует. А, мы сейчас, наверное, с этим капитаном поговорим говняным. Да-да-да, малыш. Странно, что у нас не выбивает это все. А это что за хрен? А, это этот.
Now you told me what you found in the Ashlander mine. I can't imagine what Veya must be going through right now, but she shouldn't be alone. That's why I came looking. Nayu has responsibilities to tend to. Morag Tong responsibilities. Understand? She left me to keep Veya company, but I'm not very good at spouting words of... You do understand. And Nayu implied you're as dense as the ash storms coming off Red Mountain. Good to know even the Mother of Blades can be wrong. Veya's upset, and not just about her brother. She wanted to go with Nayu. One other thing, Nayu's job concerns House Redoran. That's why she didn't want Veya to accompany her on this one. Veya's grief-stricken, angry, and ready to lash out at anyone and anything, so keep your head low and try not to upset her. I have experience getting on a lot of people's bad sides. Women, especially, find me exasperating. Irresistible, but exasperating. It's a gift. Something about who Nayu's target is. Thinks the target may know something about what happened to her brother. Look, I'm not even sure how Veya found out who Nayu's target is, and I don't want to know. Just go and talk to her, please. Carefully, and with your hands empty and clearly visible. She's in the safe house beneath Balmora, or at least that's where I left her. But I didn't lock the door, so I suppose she could...
Понятно. Так, задание важное, поручение у нас теперь. Так, ну, если здесь близко, можно, в принципе, с ней поболтать. Так, а что нам там дают? В вашем инвентаре очень много места. Занято всякой херней. Я вот насчет вашей силы заклинания, вот сила оружия вот этой увеличивается. Не могу понять, есть ли в этом какой-то смысл или нету. Драконья кровь. Не знаю, пускай, наверное, так будет. Кстати, что там с этим глифом? Его можно на какую-то броню впихнуть. А куда он зачаровывается, этот глиф? На оружие, неужели? Неужто на оружие? Не, ну у меня холод сейчас заменится на всякую чепушню, блядь. Кстати, а что у меня вообще по параметрам? Понятненько.
Might think. Oh, it's you. Did Arshel send you to check up on me? I swear, the next person that treats me like a child is gonna find my dagger in their stomach. Gods, I'm not mad at you. I'm just annoyed at everybody. No, I don't think so. It's just been difficult. Finding poor Ulran in the Ashlander camp. I need to be doing something. Sitting down here in the dark. I know, but Nariu's writ. It involves a Redoran counselor. Exactly the opportunity I've been waiting for. The counselor knows who set up my brother. We need to talk to her before Nariu executes the writ. Well, Nariu wouldn't tell me any specifics, but she trained me well. It wasn't hard to sneak a glance at the writ before she took off. Her target's at Arenum Manor, out in the swamp. Not far from that smelly cave, actually. I appreciate you agreeing to see what you can learn at Arenum Manor. My father used to say it was used by counselors as a retreat, but Mother always told me it was where they conducted business that required a certain degree of privacy. That's all I've been doing, thinking. And I think Ulran was right. I think someone wanted him out of the way, and they orchestrated the event with the Ashlanders to do it. Someone played my brother. Riven's as stubborn as my father when it comes to following the rules and regulations of House Redoran. Ulran and Briven were best friends, even if they argued from time to time. Politics, foreign relations, the Ashlanders, you name an issue, and Ulran and Briven were probably on opposite sides of the argument. It got to the point where I had to ignore both of them or they'd drive me insane. You did? How did he take it? I mean, he didn't know that my brother was dead. Really? I suppose that makes sense. I think he loves us, in his own way. But what else did he say? Did he know that Ulran had been banished? He didn't expect... My father doesn't know his children as well as he thinks. Either of them. That's why I had to get away. Join the Morag Tongue. At least Nariu understands me. Mostly. I can't agree to that. I need to figure out what happened to my brother, who was involved, and then I'm going to make them pay. Just you watch.
Понятно. Так, отправиться в поместье. А что это? А чё нам этот папоротник так и остался, блядь, если у меня другое задание? А это одно из 7 заданий области. Ядрить колотить. Я чувствую, тут будет что играть на этом куске карты. Так, хорошо тогда. Давайте, наверное, будем заканчивать на этом. Ой. Потому что реально, как бы, да, интересные здесь задания. И будет во что поиграть. Нам надо еще один уровень качнуть, чтобы сундук в доме был на 30 вещей. И тогда мы себя разгрузим немножко. И будет намного легче просто играть. Так, пока я с луком играю. Ну, у меня теперь еще усиленная атака появилась. Так, подождите-ка. А что у нас там по навыкам, чтобы я потом не лоханулся? Это нам точно не нужно. Так, нам бы надо бы... Оборонительная стойка. А, тут еще и качается с этот спешл. Ого, стена щитов. Тут везде суперспособности просто до хрена, и глаза разбегаются. Хорошо, 17 уровень, это уже неплохо. Спасибо, кто смотрел, ставьте лайки, подписывайтесь на канал.